Yeah, welcome to the Man United Agenda. Myself and Mr. B, we're back. Great show yesterday. Hopefully another great show today. Bit shorter this time. We haven't got Andy with us unless he makes a surprise appearance. But for now, it's the deadly duo, OMONDI and Mr. B. Settle down. It's the Man United Agenda. Yeah, man. Big up, Mr. B. How you doing, bro?
All good, boy. All good.
How's your day? Okay? I mean, yeah, tell me about your day, man. How things? What do you do? Get up to today?
Thursday, man. I've been in. I've been out. I've been in. I've been out. I've been in. I've been out. Everything I needed to get. Yeah. So it's been a long day, but look, the day is done. We're here to talk Man United, man. This is the best. This is the best part of the day.
Wicked, and it's always great to be joined by the wonderful Solo International. Solo, giving us a big fist pump. Right back at you, man. Hope you're doing well. And also another big fist pump to, oh my God, it's Solo. Bath time. He's stopped as well. Bath time. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. And Alex, how you doing? He says, amigos. There's usually 3. There's only 2 of us today. But yes, Alex, you can be our third amigo. My little buttercup has feeling. Yes. If you don't mind singing that song with us. Big up, Alex. How you doing, man? Hola. Big up to Zoe Media House. She's saying Solo, big up. Solo's getting enough love in here today, right? That's right. Bath time with Vaughan says Solo. Pranay, how you doing, man? Hope everyone's having a great week. We are. It's to hang around, Pranay. I want to hear what you've got to say about these subjects we'll be touching on today. And Solo's bigging up Zoe as well. And we've got Zoe Media House, obviously in the house. High five, smack, all round to everybody in the house today. Yeah, let's get going with this, Mr. B. Bath time's got something to say. I'm good. Very interested in Mr. B's turnaround on Scott. Yeah, do you want to go talk about this? Yeah, last night, don't think I didn't hear you. You said you're quite happy with Scott staying right now. It is a complete turnaround. It's like
you need ugly players in your team. You need players who probably aren't as beautiful and as graceful as everybody else. I always speak about Scott as being a rugby player. I looked at what Cunha from Wolves did to us on Monday, and I was in absolute disbelief that a grown man is throwing other grown men on the floor and running past them. I know for a fact, as much as I detest Scott McTominay as what I would classify as a footballer, there's no way Scott's making that man run through that centre of the pitch like that. I think we need players who can done man's dance. Yeah. That is what we need. So unless we get the replacement, and I'll be more than happy to keep Scott and get another central midfielder in. That does not virtually the same job, but we need defensive midfielders. We need players who can stop and hold players. We're not. Man City play with one holder because they have a system that they understand.
Very good point.
At the moment, I don't think we can play with one holding midfielder. Whether it's Casemiro and everybody thinks he's not up to the job or he's too slow or he doesn't get around the pitch, I don't think we're ready to be playing with one holding midfielder.
All right, Mr. B, let me stop you right there. MUFC Brummy Reds, big up, man. Hope you're doing well. A fist pump and a high five to you as well. And Bath, I'm saying everyone welcomes MC to a club. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Mr. B. Every little action, there's a reaction, as Bob Marley would say once. So if you're saying about we're not there yet, Rodri can hold that position, he's not under pressure, they keep retaining the ball, they're okay. We can't do that yet because our system's not perfect. If you have a reaction of bringing someone deeper, then aren't we losing something? If you have the action of bringing someone deeper, then the reaction is we lose something going forward. It's a balance, a fine balance, isn't it?
Okay, well, we talk about going forward. Going forward is to score goals. That's what I believe. If you've got your players flooding forward, it's to score goals.
Yeah.
We're not scoring the goals. If we were putting away the chances that we were creating, although we didn't create any against Wolves, let's be honest, but maybe that's first game I would put it down to. I'd put it down to the first game at home. I mean, we didn't start well last season. So, let's hope that everything picks up really, really quickly. There's a lot of things that pre-season on Monday we weren't ready. We looked at it and the performances were up and down. And you always try and bring the positives out of everything. Now, looking back on it, I think I was being positive for no reason.
Yeah.
Do you think Ten Hag is going to have to change what he wants to do again? Because I know you were talking about the reaction. So if you have a player dropping deeper, then obviously a forward, you're going to lose something. I look at what we got destroyed on the counter. Yeah. And if Wolves were a more decent team, a more equipped team, we could have been down in the game. Onana made 3 saves with his feet. He had 2 shots straight down his throat. There's a lot of things missing from the game. And I'm not going to put it down to Mason Mount. But he seems to be invisible at the moment. Eriksen came on and did better than Mason Mount did, to be fair. My opinion. Took more care of the football. And he had the football in more dangerous areas than Mason Mount. So I'm not going to say Mason Mount's not the signing that we need, but I think like anything else, he probably needs a little bedding in period as well. But we can't afford to be bedding players in.
Miss B, you made a lot of good points. I think it's like, I'm going to pretend no one else is here. Just a quick conversation about this. I think, it is an issue. We were run through by Wolves and we need a bit of protection there. But I don't think as a manager, if you got a way of playing, you got to play to your strength. No, you can play to your strengths, which would be being a bit more mindful, or you can address your weaknesses, which he's trying to do by playing a system. You got to persist with it. All right, we realised that against Wolves, we were wide open in the middle. It wasn't good enough, but that means you need to. The solution is you retain the ball better. That way, we don't give the ball away where guys are wasting us, and we're getting those positions. What the manager did say the other day is that he was happy with how we dealt with things on the counter. So even though we were getting countered, the defense dealt with it quite well. He was happy with that.
But you think?
That's what he said. Well, they didn't score, did they? Even though they.
Okay, what do you think, Commander? I saw the
game and I saw this guy. Like when you're a kid, 10 years old, and you get one kid who's 6 foot tall, and the rest of the little kids are running around like they're all little 4-footers. That's how it looked to me. He was just moving through them like they were boys. But I do think we need to address that, and the way to address that is focus on when we're in the final third, keep the ball. Why did we lose the ball? What was happening for made us lose the ball for them to counter us like that? Did they pinch us? Did we make a poor pass? Were not people taking up the right spaces or right positions? There's many questions that we need to be answered. But to do that, we need to eye test back. No, I'm joking. Best show on the planet. But we need to sort of look at it and say, why were we giving the ball away and getting ourselves in situations like that where they were countering us and on those transitions? That's one thing I'd be asking. Before I say change the system, I would be saying, why is it not working? Why is our system working, breaking down, rather than saying, bring a guy back straight away. The manager obviously wants to play that way. It works with Man City. You can see he's got players in and around it, Rodri, to help him out. But why is it happening? So be more mindful with the ball, like when Eriksen came on, and then build it up better as a team. And let's not, as Bath Time made a great point a couple of weeks ago about the second phase of play, let's not give the ball away, ping it, too fast, too direct. Let's have more composure on the ball and build as a team. And that way, when we do get countered, we're in a position to sort of have that insurance there, and it doesn't look so bad. Just a few comments. That was just me and you, Mr. B. Little conversation. Let's go back to the comments. Let's see what they're saying here. Big up to RJ, by the way. He's in the house. Bath Time saying one of the biggest issues with Ten Hag is lack of protection in the centre of the pitch. Scott's the only one that can do that, in his opinion. As you were saying earlier in the show, RJ's asking about Greenwood. Go and watch yesterday's show. We talked all about that yesterday. Emma saying, to be fair, Scott might have been used more last season if he wasn't injured for that long. Rodri said Bath Time always has someone near him, whether it's Stones or Cancelo Lewis. We're talking about the guys from defence coming in and supporting him. Zoe Media House asking when the Champions League draw is. I'm not sure. Rajet is in the house as well. He says everything's getting toxic right now. Would have Grealish without and rather than Van der Beek. That's an old one, isn't it? We're sort of mindful of. Vincent's in the house as well. How you doing, Vincent? If we play that on Saturday, Son, Madison, and Richarlison, will tear us apart from Alex. Bath time saying, I know 100% Ten Hag is lying about being happy about defensive transitions. There were unreal basic mistakes and how we handled them. Matthew Bassett in the house. He's saying big up to everyone in the chat. Ramo, how you doing, Ramo? Mount is a horrible signing and it's on Ten Hag. I wouldn't say that just yet. Give him more time. DK in the building as well, all the way from the States. Everyone say hi to DK. And Rajat saying, don't buy it that Ten Hag is all right with Maguire staying. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Zoe Media House, I read your small Heath Burnham. I heard you from small Heath Burnham to Vincent. Giving away his postcode and address. Just tell him where he lives. Give us his phone number as well. Pranay say, here's Pranay. I asked about a comment from him. I want to hear what he's got to say. He said, my agenda is that our forwards were so poor with the ball, not sharp at all, that the defenders just didn't expect the ball to be given away so easily. And that's why they got caught. So clearly some issues there. Mr. B, you highlighted this one for me. Thank you. One Don, MUFC 45. 7-inch 45s. Love my 7-inch 45. He's saying we need 2 midfielders like now, capital letters. And there go. Oh my God. 31st of August is the thing. RIP. This is your life, Michael Parkinson. He was a great presenter, great interviewer. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So that's the midfield intro. Let's get into it, Mr. B, because we're talking about midfield additions to our squad. It's quite needed. So we heard about Anana from Everton the other day, but a couple of ones that are going, oh, really? Whoa! What do we own? It's a pleasant surprise.
Can't really say much. I just asked my staff if I could jump on quickly.
How are you?
I'm good. Busy, as you can see, studying.
What, outside?
No, I'm on a quick break. I'm just walking back inside now. But are you guys good?
Are you walking side by side? You've got a limp or something? You seem to...
I'm a limp.
You're walking around.
Yeah, I can't go inside the building.
I've got one shoe bigger than the other.
Well, at the moment, it is one bigger than the other. How you guys doing?
So, you're looking very sharp, very handsome, nice crisp haircut, sharp suit as well. Putting us to shame.
I've got to get my haircut on this Saturday again. I'm not allowed. This haircut's too long, apparently.
Okay.
It's too long. Okay.
Yeah, long. It's too long, so I've got to get it recut again.
Okay. You're missing us, ain't you?
Yeah, I just sat there to my staff and I went, oh, they're live. Should I jump on quickly? And he just went, yeah. So, yeah.
Vincent saying Solos looks like he's just come from court. What have you been up to? Bath time saying that's lovely. Windsor, not Solo. What's a Windsor?
It is a Windsor not. It is a Windsor not.
Oh, I don't know. This is Superman terminology.
Windsor not. Bath time knows this stuff, yeah. So, yeah, no, I thought I'd jump on quickly before I walk back in. I'm heading back in now anyway. But, yeah. Pleasure, guys. Listen,
Viva Fred.
Interruption. I'll give you a shout tomorrow or Saturday. I'm coming back into class, so no, I'm not going to be around Saturday now. I volunteered.
Just Allah. We're good.
Yeah,
thanks for the drop in, man. Bless you, man.
Big up, Solo. Enough respect, man.
Big up. Bye.
Wow. I didn't think we'd have a special guest on tonight, but that's a very special guest, isn't it?
Neither did I. See, right, guys. You already know, yeah? He's not even on the channel and he's still watching. You have to hit the like button. Yeah? Let's get that like button hit, please. Thank you very much.
So let's just talk quickly about it. So the subject here, we're talking about midfield additions. We mentioned Anana the other day. Rio Ferdinand said that's just like buying Fellaini. So here's 3 guys we're going to talk about. The first one I want to touch on is a guy from Nice. His name's Thuram. A lot of people know about him. Man United need another defensive midfielder. That was clear to see against Wolves, this saying here. Casemiro's left all alone while Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes wandered forward, and the Brazilian was too slow to stop the counters from Wolves. This is what they're reporting. That's not my words. Erik ten Hag's preferred choice has always been Amrabat, but the chase has been proved cumbersome due to United's inability to move on midfielders already. Now with Liverpool entering the race, things seem to be more complicated, even though the Moroccan reportedly still wants to come to Old Trafford. The Red Devils are keeping close tabs on other players in the market as well, as reported by the People's Person. They've recently scouted Nice's Thuram, and this is real news. It's easy to see why Thuram is on the radar of all the top sides across Europe. To 22-year-old, featured in 48 games last season, across all competitions, scoring twice and registering 8 assists. His performances earned him international debut with France and a spot in the La Liga's team of the season. His versatility is another huge asset, as the Frenchman can play all across the midfield and can even do a job out wide. And his value is about 32 million euros, that is, as Nice, his contract is running out in 2025. Paris Saint-Germain are also interested in him. That's a big club. And we've also been interested in Gravenberch as well, from Bayern Munich. Remember, he came from Ajax. So that's the news. I have mentioned Amrabat in there. I have mentioned Thuram, and I have mentioned Gravenberch. Those are the 3 players that are kind of on our radar, guys. Mr. B, over to you. What do you think about this? Lilian Thuram's son.
So it is Lilian. I thought he only had, to be fair, I thought he only had one. I thought he only had what's the one who's in Germany? The one who went on the free.
That's his son as well.
Oh right, so I didn't realize he had two. Listen, it's in the genes, boy. It's in the bloody genes, man. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know a lot about Thuram. Obviously, it's only come to light today. So that technical part, I suppose we'll have to leave to the people in the chat. I did see somebody whose name I didn't recognize here. Hold on. James Wright. Thuram is an incredible box to box. He'd been an unreal signing for you lot. So you're saying you lot. When people say you lot, I assume that they're either Liverpool or Arsenal supporter. And not us as in we. So you're not a United supporter. So James Wright, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what channel you support, what team you support. And yeah, hopefully United do take up your advice and sign a great box to box. For the price on Monday, we don't have a problem. All of the players we've been linked with are in that kind of price bracket. But at the moment, it doesn't matter who we're linked with because we can't get rid of players.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that when Fred went, we would have maybe got one in. It took a month and a bit to move Fred. He didn't go on either the tour. He stayed at home and he still didn't get the move until we came back. I think that's the problem that we're struggling with. Liverpool have a tendency to be interested in a player and they tend to be gone. I mean, they bought Endo, whatever his name was, from
Fernandez.
Whatever team. Yeah, from whatever team. The Japanese guy they bought.
Oh, sorry.
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday or this morning. Right. You heard they were linked with him and then he's been signed. This is my worry with Liverpool. They tend to do things very, 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 very quickly. So well and good Thuram saying that Amrabat saying that he wants to come, but you only wait so long. Gakpo should really have been our player, but we dillied and dallied until Liverpool just came in, walked in the front door and took him out the back door. You know what I mean? And
sorry,
that's
I have to interrupt. Are you gutted about that with what you've seen from Gakpo?
No, I'm not. No,
okay,
I'm not gutted. No, I'm not gutted. I'm just saying because we take so long. I think, and then even with what's the other one, Nunes.
Yeah.
No, we probably could have. I knew it, man. I knew you had to. When he said "you lot," you know, when you could hear it. You lot.
The enemy. I know that. The enemy. We'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks at the Emirates. So yeah, you just hang around, James.
Yeah. So after we put pay to this other London lot tomorrow, we'll have our sights set on you guys. But look, we don't want to go into that now. It just brings me somewhere that I don't want to get to. Yeah, I'm. Shit, I forgot my point now. Dementia.
Got distracted by this goon bug. This Arsenal fan distracted you. Really pushes your buttons. Yeah. So basically, you were saying about the free signings, Amrabat and Liverpool making moves, making them quick, like they did with the Stuttgart Japanese guy recently. Yeah,
this is my worry. Me personally, I don't know enough about Thuram. The one that I want is Amrabat. I saw him in the World Cup. I saw what he did in the World Cup. And I have since, maybe against better judgment, I watched the West Ham final.
Yeah.
To see how Amrabat played in a team who had possession. And he really is bloody good. He really, really is good. And you know, you look at your team and think, yep, he slots right into the team. You can see a position for him in the team, whether it's replacing Casemiro, he's not slow. You know, when he's strong on the ball. You know, he doesn't do too much of your OMONDI shoving, but he gets himself in the way. So yeah, my preference would be Amrabat, and we definitely need a player.
You say you need two. You've always said you need two midfielders, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to hold up my hand and say I will keep Scott if it's something that can't be done. If it's something that can't be done, I wouldn't be adverse to having Scott stay. The issue with two midfielders, though, Monday, is if we have to play both of them. I look at the Arsenal conundrum.
Yeah,
they had Partey, who was better than Casemiro, but we would never play Casemiro at right midfield. But again, if they would talk about Mount and Havertz and Rice being their starters. Now, my thing to that was you need some sort of consistency, and central midfield is probably a position that you really need to be more consistent in. So if they were saying Partey and Rice, you've already got one you've got one who stays, knows the system, understands maybe what needs to be done, and you've got another one who will slot in. The fact that we might have to be playing two different, as in Rice, who just hasn't settled at the moment. The team's already struggling to play with. So another one coming in, does it mean that you're struggling again?
Interesting. Regarding numbers, I do think with Kobe Mainoo, I don't want to just like stifle him by bringing in too many players so he doesn't get a look.
Oh,
yeah. So I think
I completely forgot about Kobe.
Yeah. So the three players you're talking about, Gravenberch, he's young, around just a bit older than Kobe. Thuram now, another young player. Told you his credentials: 8 assists, 2 goals. Played 48 games last season. Yes, and obviously Amrabat that we've seen in the World Cup and in the Conference League final for Fiorentina as well. So those are the 3 options. I don't think we'd be going for 2, maybe one of them plus Kobe to come in. Let's just see what the guys in the comments are saying here. Seriously agreed about Mainoo. That's from DK. Responds to Emma. So Emma's bigged up Mainoo as well. And obviously James Wright, the Arsenal fan, he's talked about being a box-to-box midfielder, Thuram, and he's an unreal signing for you lot, for us. Is that undermining us? Like you down in 3rd place? Yeah, you know, I don't know. You're getting on your high horse there, but yeah, thank you for the tip. Thuram heavily linked with Liverpool as well, says Matthew Bassett. Okay. And yes, it's confirmed. Ramos said that Lilian Thuram's son, it is him. Lilian Thuram was a great player, wasn't he? Prene is saying here, Liverpool will be linked with Thuram all summer. I hope we're not getting confused with the 2 Thurams. One's a forward, one's a midfielder. The one we're talking about is from Nice, but yeah, I haven't heard those rumours. But seriously agreed about Mainoo. I'm convinced he would transform the midfield. DK all the way from America is saying that. He's a big fan of Mainoo, and obviously he would have seen him firsthand. I think he won the games, didn't he?
How long is Mainoo actually out for? Was there a time scale, or was it he's just injured and he'll be back when he's back?
Was it his ankle? I believe it was his ankle. Someone fell on top of him, didn't they, in that game? And
I did.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. They said first quarter of the season or something like that. Okay. To be honest, I prefer Rabiot to all of those. So the 3 options. Bath, I remember Rabiot. He's never really come off our list, has he? We've always been linked with him. Did he sign a new contract? I'm sure his contract was supposed to expire.
I think he did. Yeah, okay. I think he signed a new one.
Okay, so Emma's saying here with all those links, then we know we're definitely looking at least for another midfielder for sure. And after the game the other day, Zoe's saying here she wants this guy from Celtic. I don't really know him. I can't even pronounce his name even. He looks like he's maybe could be Japanese. Do you know anything about this guy? I know about this guy though. But my brother's talking about Luis from Benfica. He's been I've been watching him since he was about 16, 17 years old. He's come through the ranks. Very good defensive midfielder from Benfica. They produce some great players, don't they?
Yeah, I tell you, their scouting is incredible.
It's their youth policy. They've got imagine they kept all their players over the years.
Frightening.
Rui Costa, Figo, and then in recent years they've had Philip. What's the name? Who's the guy who went to Chelsea and Atletico Madrid? And then they got Gonzalo, the striker right now. They've got.
He's gone PSG, isn't he? They make money. They must make at least 150.
Darwin Núñez as well. Amrabat's situation gives me Gakpo PSD, post-traumatic stress, says Pranay. United expressed interest in the player, and the player agreed to join them. But United take too long, and Liverpool do their business. Exactly what Mr. B was saying. Same page there. Yes, James is saying, haha, yeah, you lot, it's a friendly way to describe the enemy, for sure. But it's all love. It's all love. It's all in jest. Alex saying, I've watched United slap Arsenal already once this season. Well, this year, sorry. Ready for 2 more times. Yeah, this is part 2 of our killing spree. At the Emirates in a couple of weeks. Liverpool are down to 7th rate choice for now for centre midfielder. Why has it been going on with Liverpool? They've been getting rejected left, right, centre, haven't they? It's embarrassing. In the final, Mr. B, he wasn't in the midfield. He was in the back. He was making a back three. Is that we need from Amrabat? So obviously, he was talking about the final against West Ham, Fiorentina. So you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding. You ask me to do a murder for money, but you don't do us with respect. You don't offer us friendship. You don't even call me Godfather. That's a line from the Godfather, isn't it? Andrew, you're throwing out movie quotes. Andy Tate's not here. He's the one who does all that. Emma Kay saying Liverpool will be messing around this summer. Won't put up 50 million for Lavia, but willing to pay 110 for Salcedo. But didn't get either of them. That's true. Liverpool got done over by a bombshell. Chelsea entering Casemiro. Love Ireland reference there. Pranay saying here, yes, it was reported on Sky Sports that the Virgil van Dijk talks are essential to complete in order to start the pursuit of Amrabat. Surely United, VDP, that's not Virgil van Dijk, it's Donny van der Beek. Let me start again. It was reported on Sky Sports that Donny van der Beek talks are essential to complete in order to start the pursuit of Amrabat. Okay, so Donny has to be moved on to start that pursuit. Surely United accept a loss on Donny and get Amrabat quickly for the team's sake. Missed Park says Zone Media House. Andrew again saying, and if still doing quotes, movie quotes. I'm not going to. So Montreal MDF says, I think McTominay's presence is more of a problem for Mainu than the prospect of signing with Amrabat. Mainu plays more like a number 8. Alex is saying here, I think we can make due until Mainu is ready to come back in the team. We just need to make Bruno or Mount drop in to the space between the forwards and Casemiro. That's what you're saying. So there's a bit of tweaking a little bit there. Big up to my Drayton Manor comrades. I just drove past the playing fields on my way home. Drayton Manor, what a great playing fields we had. Middlesex Cup winners. Yeah, 1992 or something we won that. But Damien's saying here, good evening, lads. Good content as always. Thank you. Liverpool taking L's to Chelsea. He's loving that. Definitely need to be more solid in midfield. Scott and Casemiro against Spurs. I start Mount on the bench. We're doing our preview tomorrow, so that's a good one. I'm going to try and log that one for tomorrow because that's a good one to start with. Want to say hi to Steph, Ken Walsh. Our window is closed. Glazers have done their usual, haven't backed their manager properly. Them parasites making my blood boil. Parasites with Glazers. That sounds like someone we know.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Rebel. How you doing? Zoe Media House saying, OMONDI, YouTube, the Celtic player. Trust me, he's brilliant. Asian Rooney. Okay. As a striker. Okay. Big up. Yes, the Middlesex Cup gets brought up more than the treble. Yeah. Yes, I've won it a few times. And Vince is saying, yes, OMONDI. Dog is saying, don't forget to purchase your Man United Agenda Cups. Unfortunately, we have more in stock than the Arsenal One Cup as well. Mainu from Pranay saying, it's too young to be defined as to one role. He can easily develop as a CDM, right back, or wherever he wants to do. I'm going to leave it there. There's lots of other comments. Oh, I just want to big up, guys. Anyone?
This is. I saw his name, and he was waiting to light. He said he was coming on to light you up, boy, if we had lost the first game. So,
all right, let me just big up Darren Tubbs. Love this guy, funny as hell. Anyone on Facebook, go and check out Keep It Moving group. It's a KIM football group. Really good, informative group. You can go live stream all throughout the day. I was on there today with Darren himself. He's a Liverpool fan, good friend of mine. And go and subscribe to Keep It Moving Football on Facebook, guys. Honestly, throughout your day, you get a lot of jokes, big belly laughs, and great insight from a lot of top blokes on the football side of things. So big up to Darren Tubbs, and we'll be seeing Liverpool in a few months, hopefully, for revenge. So yeah, big up, man. Big up. He says, bless up, no doubt. Big up to Steve H as well. Any news on the takeover? I haven't heard a damn thing at all. All right, so going back to the issue here, midfield additions. What about Gravenberch? You haven't really touched on him, Mr. B.
I would have him. I would have him. It's just that he hasn't been playing. He hasn't been playing for Bayern, and I just feel that Bayern want some Kane money back. I think they probably feel they overspent, and they're gonna want to sting.
Good job.
Yeah, they're gonna want to sting somebody. The fact that he's worked with Ten Hag, I have no problem with Ten Hag getting these players who he's worked with when he was younger. In the beginning, when he first come out, I don't want these Dutch, babe. We're going Dutch. But he hasn't made a mistake in any of the signings that he's made at the moment. So if he wants to go that way, he can't trust our scouts. Let's be honest. He's doing all this work himself. So if that's what it takes on Monday, then yeah, get him in. But we're running out of time. We were excited. We had our players in, and we were gassed. I'm still positive. Me until that final, it cuts off. I'm still quite positive, but Lord, I think we need to move. We need to get something in quickly.
What's the reason Gravenberch didn't get first team football for Bayern in his first season?
Well, I'm hoping it's because the midfielders got all of the Germans playing, and it was something that they just didn't want to disrupt.
Okay.
I mean, if you're winning, you're not going to change it. But why do you spend your money on the player? Maybe he's not a Tuchel type player. Obviously, Tuchel's come in afterwards after he was signed, so maybe he's not a Tuchel player, and it's just somebody that they want to get off the books, which is fine, which is absolutely fine.
It's there is a concern. You have to raise the question. I don't know who knows much about German football, but I'm curious. Why would they sign someone like Gravenberch, who's playing week in, week out for Ajax, and then he doesn't really get games? Is it because he's not good enough? Have they found out something about him where he doesn't pick things up? He was a big fish in Ajax in that league. Come to Germany. Does he need development? Is that what it is? Why? I've got question marks because he looked like a talented player, but I don't want to be picking up like we picked up from Bayern Munich last year. Sabitzer, he was just like a fringe player for them after he performed well for RB. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want their rejects, because if we want to be going places, that's why I agree with this comment here about getting him on loan. Pranay says a loan would be a good piece of business. We don't get many loans. I mean, it wasn't until last year. Before that, Man United don't get loan players. I think Falcao a while ago, that was the first one I thought, what, loans? We don't deal with loans, but that could be a good bit of business for us. Just to go back to 1988, and it was Andrew Williams, Swansea Junior League under 10s cup competition in the final, 1988, from their Gazette. We've got a little clip cut out from the newspaper. It says 0-0, and the trophy shared between striker Andrew Williams, missed an open goal in the last minute as well.
Oh,
God, that's one from the archives, isn't it? Anyone else got any stories to tell from their early days of football? Did you ever win a county cup or a good league?
You know what? To be fair, I didn't play. I played football, but I didn't. I played street football in it, so I didn't have a club until I was probably about 16. To be fair, and then I started playing. Obviously my son plays young. My two younger brothers played from young, but I had other things going on, and football was kind of secondary. And then when I realized that football was, a little bit more fun, then I kind of took it a little bit more serious. But yeah, I didn't have a club.
You say, because your son, how old is your son now? 13, is he?
He's 10.
Oh, sorry, 10. He acts so much older. But what do you think the positives are for young people like beginning to team sports like football? He's such a sore loser on Monday. He does, but good. I'm glad. Where he gets that from?
Yeah, I know. It is what it is. But what I've tried to make him do is to be a better winner. You see, when he wins, he will stick it up their nose. Yeah. So I'm trying to make him a better winner. The losing part of it, be vexed when you lose, but try not to show it. He will stomp around and, so the team part of it has got him bonding and understanding that he just can't go out there like that. But I said I wouldn't. I'm glad if he didn't want to play football, then fine. But as long as it wasn't cricket, I didn't have a problem. My oldest daughter, she played. We went to a final. Right, it's only QPR ladies, second team, but I went to a final in Oxford in 2010. So it's kind of in the genes, and I didn't push her to play football either. So I'm glad. I am really glad that he's playing football. I'm so glad that he's playing football.
To second, I do think team sports is good for you learn about responsibility, you learn to share things, to be part of a team. It's good for young people rather than sitting at home on the phone or on a computer game like that. Get out there and enjoy and socialize. It's great for young kids, I think, even if you're not that talented. There's always a balance there, isn't it? With football, you can bring someone in, throw them at left back, or put them, up front. Or something,
you're like me. The shit ones you play on outside right back and left back, and hope they haven't got a good winger.
That's true, isn't it? It's true. Oh God, you have to find a way to fit them in. Anyway, a few comments here. So Axel Witsel, free agent, fairly young, 6'1", also adds a bit of height to our midfield.
Witzel's not young.
Yeah, he's old. He's about 34, 35 now. He's at Atletico Madrid, wasn't he? I think he was at Atletico Madrid. I think he's still there. There's a lot of politics inside Bayern Munich. I asked the question. Thank you. Saying I think there's a lot of strong bias towards German players. That's Mr. B pointed out, especially when there's deep ties between success for Bayern and success for Germany. Flipping great response there. Right on the money. Zoe saying here, if signing all these midfielders mean we will have to sell first, does the club force the players out by putting them on the transfer market? Players like Van der Beek, McTominay, don't say McTominay, Maguire, should we force them out? Good question.
Well, in regards to that, I don't think we could have done anything else. I don't think we could have done any more to Maguire to let him know that we don't want him at the club.
Yeah.
And with Van der Beek, he played him two bits and pieces, but why is the deal falling through with Real Sociedad? He couldn't have been asking that much money. So is it a physical thing? Is his body just not up to the rigors of it again? And again with Donny, we could get Gravenberch in, and he's like bloody Donny. We thought he would have been great, and then he comes in and stinks the place out.
Hope Donny's not watching. Vincent saying here, not really, talking about his past, but he did get a trial for Bobby. Remember this? Bobby Robson's football school. I think Beckham done that once. He was on TV with them. But out of all people that was there, I didn't get picked to go to the next level. Sad. But it's football's about taking part, isn't it? Bath Time saying we once had a match abandoned when he was about 11 because of wasp swarm or something. There's a wasp nest, so the match was abandoned. Grace is saying here we signed 3 players so far. Before we signed them, what were your top 3 positions to bring in if we could only sign 3? I'm quite happy with the positions we bought so far.
I am. I'm very happy with the positions that we bought.
Zoe saying she would take Axel Witsel. He was a good player. I think it passed it now. Darren Tubbs is saying my son gets vexed when he loses as well. I know where he gets that from as well. Look at the fathers. That's what I'm saying. You want to know about character? Look at their dads. That's where they get it from. João Paulinho, is that the guy from Fulham? Said Steve H. All the way. He likes the look of him. He makes a lot of fouls though, doesn't he? He does get his foot in. Good. Seems like a good player. Zoe saying here, probably Emma's saying to Zoe Media House, probably, or as I would do, but new midfielders and not play the others, and hopefully they push for a move in January. Talking about the guys at the moment. Vincent saying, do you know every child needs to watch the film called Believe It or Not? So Matt Busby working with some underprivileged children, and we change their lives for the good? Okay, I just about got that one out. Vincent, go check out that film. It's great tonight, says Bath Time. And Mr. B has remembered he has 2 daughters, unlike last night. Oh God, I like that.
Touche, Bath Time, touche.
Steve H saying we're Man United and we're not going to stop Ollie. Yes. Big up to Jeff as well. He's in the house. Give Donny to Florentina for Amrabat. No one wants him, does he? Mitrovic has gone to Saudi apparently as well. Strongly believe that Van der Beek, McTominay, Maguire, and Martial should be forced out. And Steve is saying, get Andy Tate on. We know why. Tate means views. Actually, we've got 27 in the house right now, so we must be doing all right. Darren Tubbs saying Mitrovic from Fulham would have been good signing for you. No. Here's some news. US outlets from Jeff is saying Donny and Henderson can't pass full physical. Is that why he can't move on?
I mean, it could be that it could be it.
Yeah, that's from the US as well. So we wouldn't put that over here. Real Madrid, says Zoe Media House, always say them not good enough are out straight. No questions asked. All right, so if the player's not good enough at Real Madrid, they just get them out of there. Top four is going to be hard with this current squad. At least one more central midfielder, as Walsh just went through the midfield with ease, says Damien Walsh, like a hot knife through butter. Man United need to develop a ruthless mentality. Who says that? Ruthless. Remember Paddy?
Paddy. Ruthless aggression.
Ruthless mentality. When a player is past their best, then get them out of the door. So get them out. Okay, then that's what I mean. And what is physical Jeff like a medical? Yeah, I think he's talking about a medical there. All right. So the midfield additions. I don't think we sold anything tonight, have we, Mr. P?
No, and until a Monday, until they come in, we listen. Everything's all speculation.
Yeah.
At the moment, we can only talk. We can only get the people in the chat to talk and offer their guidance and advice. But until these players come in, there's nothing we can do. I think we've all accepted we probably did need a midfield addition, and we maybe hope that Mason Mount. But after watching Wolves, we 100% need a defensive midfielder in before the window closes. If we only get one player, then let it be one player. But I do believe that if certain players don't get the move or make themselves move in January and December, they're going to get alienated. They'll get picked for the squad. They'll get picked on match days. We've got 7 subs. They will be named as a 7th sub. And then the internationals will come. They won't get picked, and then they will have to move. So that's what I'm hoping. That's how I'm hoping it goes if we don't get these players out. But something needs to be done. I think there's a lot of frustration in the fan base at the moment.
I'm really all sure I've been tempted, Mr. B, to talk about how we set up against Spurs, but we're going to save that for tomorrow, for the preview show, because it is a big game. I know, and we've got to sort of make amends, haven't we? We've got to turn it around. Do you think, like, this week the manager's been on them about their performance?
They have. He's had time. He's had time to work with them. We're at home. Is Reece James the new Martial? Is Reece James injured?
Again? Don't get distracted.
sorry. See, and he's done it again. My head's gone.
What were you going to say now?
Sorry. And it's gone. You know me so well. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What I need to do is just not look at the chat. Yeah. Sorry, go. What was he saying now?
I'm asking about the manager. Would he be ripping them in training to say, look, that wasn't good enough? Talk about ruthless aggression. Because he did highlight key points after the match the other day. He said about not the forwards weren't good enough. So it starts from there, doesn't it? We give the ball away, and then we're actually on the back foot. So do you think it'll be hard graft training or more mental training about a thing? Do we have to set up differently against the Spurs side like Spurs?
I think we're playing away from home, so I don't expect us to set up the same way we played at home. We got brush 3/4 of our away games last season, so something he does has to change.
Yes,
I said we don't. He has to have been working on a tactic for us to play away from home. I'm going to enjoy talking about the Tottenham game tomorrow, the preview. There's a lot that I think we probably need to sit down and talk about. Bath time. Are you available tomorrow? Is that a yes or a no? A simple 1 or a 2 in the chat, innit? Yeah, let us know if you're available tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow. I think that's going to be a more tactical show than we normally go into, to be fair.
Got a lot to talk about on that. Obviously, things like Martinez, he was taken up at half-time. Was that for a knock? Was it for poor performance like happened last year against Brentford, I think it was? He got dragged. Issues. Do you think Maguire will get a game? The question's been asked out here. I'd bench. All right, we're going to talk about this tomorrow, guys, but read it here. So, okay. Yeah, we don't want to
We'll get this up tomorrow. Sweet. That's
tomorrow.
Perfect. That's
I
perfect.
just want to say big up once again. Yeah, let me just announce this again. If you're on Facebook, go and check out Darren Tubbs' group. It's fantastic, honestly. KIM, keep it moving. I'm part of it. Darren's part of it as well. If you want to talk football throughout the day on Facebook, or actually get on there, have some banter and whatever. I'll just get up to date with stuff. And it's a really good community of people as well. So go and check them out. Final comments here. I'm going to say Steve saying thoughts on Casemiro's performance on Monday. Looked leggy. Age catching up with him. I do agree with you. We do agree. We said that after the game, didn't we, Mr. B? So me personally, I think Casemiro he gets exposed a bit when he's having to track back or when he's being a bit rash with time challenges, and maybe you say that could be leggy, age catching up with him. But I think he just needs to get a bit sharper and slow it down the game. Don't be pushing forward so much. Just be a bit more reserved with his positioning and just sit there and just pick up the pieces. And if you're out of position, or you're having to track back, or you're having to take dive and challenges and that kind of thing, as Maldini would say, then that means something's wrong, in my opinion. You, as a midfielder, you need to come onto pitch clean, tidy, and pinch the ball, read the game like that. He's having to be action-packed, and at his age, he needs to slow it down and adapt his game a little bit. And I think that's down to him. He can't do everything he used to do when he was younger. You're not the man he used to be. So just adapt your game and become more of a team player and get yourself in the right position so you just pinch the ball and not have to do all these sort of like red card fouls. Mr. B, do you want to answer
that? I'm not. I like Casemiro. He's had a bad game. He started the season slow. Yes, he did. Players did run past him. I'm just hoping. I'm not going to say it was a blip, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen again. I don't like seeing man running away from our CDM. Our CDM should be able to clap a man and drop him, and he ran straight past him. So hopefully, it was just that game. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Bath, Mount left wing. He's saying here, I thought we all agreed Eriksen offers nothing alongside Casemiro on the defensive side. If we're down 2-0, bring on Scott, 75 minutes does nothing for us. Casemiro, some Bath time, come back as the biscuit baron. Too many biscuits over the summer. Zoe saying Casemiro looked leggy because the two in front of him, Mason Mount and Bruno, are poor. Eriksen and Casemiro is a better partnership. The whole team looked leggy, says Damien, sorry. Eriksen was very good in the block last year, says Bath time. Last two, Zoe says, do you think he was carrying some sort of excess baggage? The biscuits and the puddings, maybe. And that's not Mount Bruno's fault, says Andrew as well. Okay, yeah, good show. We're going to wind it up now, guys. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Everyone, we appreciate all your comments, no doubt. Press the like button if you don't mind. And we'll be back tomorrow with the preview. Spurs, man, it's going to get heated again. Unfortunately, Mr. B won't be doing the watch along. I will be doing the watch along, so you have to sort of.
Nothing I'm fucking fortunate about that, mate. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy watching it in my car.
Be patient with me, guys, because I might be delayed behind because of my Fire Stick business, but I will be doing my best to cover the game. And we'll be back obviously tomorrow, 10 o'clock. You're doing a Premiership.
Yeah.
Takeaway.
We'll do our takeaway. We'll do our normal weekly our normal Premier League roundup. Boy, there were some people who didn't like the show last week, boy.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about other teams? I tried to explain that it's a Premier League show. They just came on with their ignorance, but it's cool. It's no problem. They'll get used to it.
Still a big up Matthew Bassett saying thank you for top show. Appreciate that, man. Andrew Williams saying Casemiro discovered Domino 2-for-1 structures. That's a good one. And Rumi Daniel, how you doing?
Welcome. I don't recognize that name. But I'm going to assume you're a newbie. Welcome to the madness, my friend.
Rumi Daniel. Yeah. Big up, man. Big up. Anyway, it's time to jog on, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks for tuning to the Man United Agenda. We're out of here. And definitely don't forget to check us out tomorrow. Whatever you're doing, don't forget to check out any kind of football content on Facebook or Twitter or social media, and always big up the Man United Agenda for us as we do. Laters.